We're live! Happy Thursday, everybody!
Happy Thursday!
We're gonna wait for a few people, all of our friends, to join us and grab their lunch and say hi. It is a beautiful, sunny, spring-ish day, and we are looking forward to. We're moving our clocks this weekend, right?
Yes,
right?
we are.
Mm-hmm. We're springing ahead, so we need that extra. I can't wait because I'll tell you what, there's a spring in my step. Speaking of the items we're talking about, there's a spring in my step when the sun is not down at 5 when I leave this office. I will tell you, it's like I have a whole new lease on life. Jamie Griffith is joining us. Hey, Jamie. Welcome.
Hi, Jamie.
How are you today? Hi, beauties. We'll take it today. That's what she said.
You know what daylight savings means to me is I can no longer wear any more turtlenecks. So this was, I put it on this morning and I said, this is the last one, baby. You're going to get put to the back of the closet.
It's true, because it's kind of that, like, you know, here it's like 63, what was it the other day? 68. And it's in between that clothing. And I wore a dress and sandals. I was like, I got to get these sandals out. That's it. I don't care. And my mom was like, oh, I love your choice of footwear. And it was a bit brisk, but I don't care. I need, and I'm wearing my like nautical looking outfit. I'm feeling it. Welcome to Kelsey, Jessica Rizza. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, Kelsey says, can you guys see the comments? Kelsey says your hair's on fire today, Heidi.
Thank you. I think that's good, right?
We try.
I thought she meant because the picture behind you, you can see something that might be like brown or something. I don't know.
Kelsey, can you clarify? What does that mean?
I can't see any of the comments. So,
well, we'll keep you posted. How about that?
Yep. Keep me posted. I would love to know who's all on.
I know. And I'm feeling very dark here. Like I got to have a different lighting. But anyways, welcome everybody. We are so happy to share your lunch hour or our lunch hour with you. And thanks for joining. I actually don't have lunch with me because I feel like you don't want to see me eating probably on the show. But I hope that if you have something great for lunch, let us know. Kelsey says fire means hot. LOL. Heidi, your hair looks great.
Oh,
thank you.
That's good to know.
How did you do that?
Kelsey, it's the turtleneck.
We have to go to plan B, as we know, after daylight savings. So.
It's like that question where they're like, can you wear white after Labor Day? It's like, can you wear turtlenecks in spring? No.
Well, we know somebody here with us today has brought lunch, right, in honor of
oh my God,
season.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Well, if you don't, so let's go around and introduce for some of the friends who are watching, just because it doesn't have our names on the bottom of here. So that might be helpful. But as you can see, we're having a lunch date with Carole, Heidi, Heather, and Victoria. So welcome, Victoria is our special guest. Victoria from Above the Bar. You want to talk a little bit, Victoria, about what you do and about Above the Bar?
Absolutely. Thanks for the introduction. Yes, I'm Victoria Warren with Above the Bar Dance Academy here on Route 120 in McHenry. And we are a local dance studio that offers dancing lessons for ages 2 through adult. We offer ballet, tap, jazz, point, modern, hip hop, and we have a special program we'll be releasing in the spring. It's spring.
Yeah. I love the ears you have.
Why, thank you.
We should all have our bunny filters on.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know that we can do that, but wouldn't that
I don't know either. I love that you brought that up. I have no idea. Through like a Snapchat filter?
Well, it's on Zoom. You can click on the stop video, start video, and it lets you put a filter on. So I was on a meeting right before this and I put a bunch of filters on just for fun to lighten the mood.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how you can do that through what we're on our platform, but that would have been really cute.
Yeah.
Not sure. I would be like the guy, it would stay stuck. So you'd say, I'm here.
I love that Victoria wore her costume and it makes me feel like I want to do the bunny hop or something.
So cute. Anything with glitter, I'm all over it. And you see behind her is
I have a
a
mannequin.
festive bunny. Yeah. So
That's
cute.
wonderful.
So cute. And so then Heidi, would you want to talk a little? You are a staple here, but not as often as Carole and I. So I think you should introduce yourself and talk a little bit about what you do.
Absolutely. So, again, my name is Heidi Berardi, and I am the relationship manager for Team United Way. So, actually work very closely with our workplace campaigns. And this morning I started my presenting at the Society for Human Resource Management. Shout out to them. They were very gracious to allow us to share the work we do with human resource professionals. So, I'm usually out and about, but I've been doing a lot of Zooming, and I love to watch Carole and Heather do their coffees. So I'm excited to be able to jump in on this too, and then have Victoria as our special guest.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, ladies. And Carole, we know you, but just give a shout out this morning.
Sure. So I'm Carole Peters. I'm the CEO and president of our United Way of Greater McHenry County. I'm also the board chair for the United Way of Illinois. And I just spent a 3-hour mid-year meeting with that group of United Way professionals across our state. So at the end, I'll give some updates of just a few of the things that are happening across the state as well as McHenry County.
Yeah. Awesome. And so can I point out, this was the time you would actually be down there usually, right? But you're doing a Zoom?
Yes, we
right?
do. We only do Zoom meetings for the state of Illinois anymore, and it's been great.
Yeah.
It's actually a great way for us to be more efficient, effective with our time, and saving money that we would have spent on travel and hotel stays. Although we miss being together, we probably would have gathered in Bloomington or Springfield. And typically in April, we come together and go to the state capitol, and that's when our leader of the United Way of Illinois, Ethne McMenamin, really helps our local communities with public policy and advocacy work.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, with COVID, all that's been changed.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We're working through it.
I will say this. I had the opportunity to have a coffee with somebody the other day, and then another friend and I had tacos and margaritas in her driveway this week because it was so nice here, right? And so I am missing that piece of our job professionally, but also personally of like that getting together and just chatting and talking. We were all very good about that, right? Kind of in the spring, beginning of summer last year, doing like our Zoom parties and like meeting our friends over Zoom for a cocktail or something. And I've gotten off that this winter. It's kind of been quiet, and I'm just really missing that meetings, connections, groups. Even coming into the office and seeing everybody because we're all working remotely and we're just taking days in the office on our own just to be here. But I'm missing that terribly. All of a sudden, I'm like, man, I got to get myself back out there as best we can, I guess. But and so Sarah Schrempf is watching from Senior Care Volunteer Network, and she says, "Good morning, good morning, or good afternoon," right? Well, so I am Heather Arnold, and I am the Director of Marketing, and I'll just say that. And so we are happy to have everyone join us today, as well as this. We'll put this on YouTube so people can watch later too, or later on Facebook. So this is a perfect opportunity with this nice weather we're having, and I'm trying to look at the date, a little less than a month away from Easter and kind of some springtime activities. And I know we put it out on Facebook as an event, but Heidi and Victoria are going to talk a little bit more about a really fun event that's brand new to United Way that's happening April 3rd, and that's the Easter Bunny Spring Fling. So if you ladies want to talk and share, this is a great opportunity to kind of get people to mark their calendars, to join us and kind of learn more about what we're doing there. So anybody can jump in.
Victoria, take it away.
Great. Thanks again. Yes, we are hosting an Easter Spring Fling event here at Above the Barre Dance Academy on Saturday, April 3rd, which is the day before Easter, from 10 to 1. We also have a couple other satellite locations as well. It will be happening at the Woodstock Square. I'm sure you'll find it between 11 and 1. And then again later at the Crystal Lake Hickory Hall, and that's from 2 to 5. What we will be having here I'll speak more specifically about the McHenry event, and the other events will look similar. We have a host of wonderful resources and advocates to help us give back to the community and through the United Way, and we're very excited about that. We will be doing a drive-through event here at Above the Barre, and you can Google and get the advent. We will be having an Easter Bunny. We will be having Spider-Man come. We have some princesses coming. And it'll be a fantastic event for kids in their cars with their families to drive by and wave. We also have some gift bags that we will be free gift bags with some goodies in there to be giving away. And then there's also another option of fundraising for the United Way to take some pictures, socially distanced, of course, with some of our special personalities that are coming. We also have skates coming from the Chicago Wolves, so that will be very, very exciting. I have to do a shout out to some just amazing sponsors and people
Please do.
participating. And Heidi, you have done so much to organize us. I'm just impressed with your skills. Thank you for wrangling us all in. It's kind of like herding cats sometimes, or bunnies. I don't know.
Herding bunnies. Herding bunnies.
So anyway, go ahead. Okay.
Oh, we can't hear Heidi for some reason.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I was saying that this is probably one of the most fun group of volunteers that I've ever worked with. So this kind of an impromptu Friends of United Way has collected, and it just, everybody brings their talents and gifts to the table. So it's a really true collaborative effort.
It's been amazing. And it's been my first time, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the process. So we have Dawn Bremer from the Bremer team supporting us. Also, Kelsey Adams from K Adams Photo. We have Waterly. We have the Chicago Wolves. We have Corporate America Family Credit Union, State Farm Mark Kruger's office, Hickory Hall, of course, the McHenry Outdoor Theater. We have the Woodstock Opera House and the Woodstock Chamber.
That's wonderful.
That's awesome.
There's so many amazing people in that group. That is just wonderful that they've come together.
And the list is growing. Isn't that right, Heidi?
Yeah, and that's really just the tip of the iceberg. I know that people are hearing about this event. They're excited. They all agree with us that the county needs something to look forward to. So this is our first run at it. And you can expect that we're going to see additional locations throughout the county, maybe hopefully Huntley and Harvard next year, as people just see it. It's a simple and fun thing to do. Make sure that the kids have some fun things for Easter. Maybe grab a picture or two, and then if you can, you give a gift that makes sense. But right, we've got people that are sending things to us now, which is, I mean, it's just a great honor, and it's great to see people are excited about it.
Absolutely.
So we have that those three events listed on Facebook under events. So if anybody's interested, yes, that flyer is adorable. So that captures you just from looking at it. It's so cute. Great job to Kelsey for putting that together.
Thank you, Kelsey.
So you can get more information from our Facebook events page, and we'll keep promoting this as it goes. But if somebody's interested, is there a cost associated? Do they have to register? Like, how does it work if you want to hit one of those locations?
I would say just plan on driving up and being patient if you need to get your photo taken. We'll be socially distanced and, taking turns to get the photo taken with any of the special characters. The characters will vary based on location. We can guarantee you'll see the Easter Bunny, but we'll see Woodstock Willie and Woodstock. And as Victoria mentioned, skates, he will be there from the Chicago Wolves for a little bit of time and at the McHenry location. So again, it's going to vary. I believe Spider-Man might drop in. So it's going to be very fun. And there's no cost to it other than just please show up and support us, support this community event. And if there's anybody in advance that would like to make a donation of bubbles or wrapped candy, anything that would be beneficial to add into the little gift bags for the kids, please contact us.
Yeah. And as someone who has kids, I know that we're always looking for something to do, right? Especially around the holidays. So that will be really great.
It'll
Because it's
be
an
a ton
opportunity
of
just to get your kids
fun.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fun. You guys work so hard. And how did this idea come about?
Well, honestly, this was a collaboration between Dawn Bremer and I. We started talking about, wouldn't this be great? So Cassie Olay from USI, she actually did a very special thing with her husband around Christmas. And he actually dressed as the Grinch. Some of you may have remembered us talking about this in the past. And they actually just kind of went around their community, and people made a donation for the Grinch to come pay a visit and maybe drop off some donuts or some hot cocoa bombs. And it was very successful. In fact, their volunteerism netted us over $2,000, I believe. So that's incredible. And, they were doing things up to Christmas Eve. So they were really giving of their time. And, that was an amazing thing. So we said, what can we do to sort of, spin off of this idea? And this is kind of how it was born. And then we just reached out to some of our friends. We did a mid-season update kind of sharing about the fact that we're trying to close the gap on the losses we've had with fundraisers this year. So we have a big goal of trying to reach $100,000. So this is sort of a kickoff, and we're very fortunate that we've had people that have said, I'm in, like Victoria, and offered her location. It's beautiful. It's perfect.
It is perfect.
It's so easily accessible, and she's going to put her time and talent in. There's going to be a beautiful backdrop that's created. So Chris from Waterley, who's on our board, he's going to help build this thing. No pressure there, Chris, if you're watching.
That's exciting.
That's great. Well,
but
Chris's daughters maybe the princesses?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Such a collaborative effort by all of you. Yeah, that's wonderful.
And I believe too, Victoria, you've worked with them before too, correct? You've seen them in action.
Yes, I had them for an open house here for our families. And am I able to share who they are, like what their characters are?
Sure.
So there's Cinderella, Chris's daughter is actually Cinderella, and the other gal will be Belle. And they are fantastic with children.
How exciting. All these
and
kids.
They're legit. Like those dresses are heavy, like a wedding dress. I mean, these girls work out wearing.
They could get a job at Disney.
So I'm curious to hear, is there going to be a suggested donation, or have you set a goal for this activity across the 3 communities?
So we have a big goal to raise $10,000. Come on, everybody, help vision this into reality throughout the county between our monetary supporters behind the scenes and donations at the location. So I might add to that, Woodstock has been doing Easter Bunny events through the chamber for several years now. And last year, I know that they had to cancel their Easter egg hunt, but they did actually have sort of a version of this with Woodstock Willie and the Easter Bunny. They said, we've got to have him out on the steps of the Opera House waving at families and so forth. So this year they were generous enough to let us kind of be their fundraising arm of the event. So as far as a suggested donation, we really want people to have fun and enjoy themselves. I think people can give up their heart, plan it into the budget and do what makes sense. But, maybe $10 or something like that is probably a rough average of what we might see, but you never know, maybe someone will surprise us big time. So it doesn't have to be just kids. It can be you and your friends too.
And are people providing you with checks, cash, credit cards? How do they make a donation if they want to give?
So at the site, we are planning on 2 different ways. So we've got, we'll obviously be accepting cash. And then we have a new text to give option, thanks to Heather and all of her work to get this set up. So that text to give is going to be the text 44321 to UW Spring Fling. And that's the option that we'll share with families that day. Again, we want to make this a safe, contactless event. So, and there could be some other items that are donated from other merchants throughout the county. I think there's like a $25 gift card, maybe from Petco, something like that. I mean, there are little things that people will probably, their names will be put in for a drawing for participating.
Nice.
So we're excited about that too.
That's wonderful. And if they want to write a check that day, they can write it to United Way of Greater McHenry County and just drop it in the bin.
I don't see why not.
All right. That's
Bring your
awesome.
golden Easter egg.
Yeah.
Fun. That's great. Well, I want to just say thanks to Victoria and to all of the people on this committee who have volunteered, and to Heidi for her coordination and pulling it together. I mean, obviously in these times, it's great to have something to look forward to, especially for the kids and the grandkids across the county whose parents or grandparents or friends can be bringing these kids out to see all the characters and the Easter Bunny and just really have a great kickoff to their Easter weekend.
Yeah. It takes a lot of work. Well, thank you. Thank you. You know that.
We are grateful for our volunteers, and we look forward to really celebrating whatever it may be as far as results, because we know it's just a win-win all around.
Absolutely.
And if anybody's interested in volunteering, I would say contact Heidi or I, right? And we can help you. We can help coordinate that if you're interested in just coming out for the day for a few hours and seeing everybody and, you know, giving back to a good cause. We would definitely welcome that. Always looks for volunteers. So let us know. Message us or put a note in the comments for sure. So, well, thank you guys for that. And now if we just want to touch on a few things, I think Carole had wanted to share some, you know, just updates and new fun news that we've got. So let me just turn it over to you, Carole.
Sure. So I was participated today with the United Way of Illinois for our mid-year meeting, which typically happens in January, but we moved it to March intentionally because of COVID. Everything's kind of been delayed and pushed back this year. And the one thing that came up in the meeting that I just want to touch on very briefly is the fact that we have a lot of families across our county who are really struggling. And we at the United Way always mention the name Alice. That sometimes people forget about the Alice families that are asset limited, income constrained, and employed. And today, one of our members for the United Way of Illinois, Lon Dunn, who is in Knox County, she shared something that really struck me. And I wanted to share this with all of you and have you be thinking about this as you're thinking about the people in your family or your network. People who are standing on the edge of a cliff and there's a guardrail in front of them. And their guardrail may represent their job and their food security and the fact that they're stable right now. But at a moment's notice, the guardrail goes away. And when that happens, they can easily tip off the cliff. And that visual for me was really impactful this morning because I thought about the people in our county who are working and they're making, you know, they're living paycheck to paycheck. They're above the fringe. They're not the poverty level people, but these are the people above that, you know, it may be a single income household with 2 or 3 children. And they also may be families who have been digitally challenged this year because they have 3 children at home and they're remotely learning with a parent who's now been told they have to go to work. Who takes care of those kids? You know, how do they afford childcare in the home when their children have gone to school? And, you know, all these things that started bubbling up for me this morning. So I want our community to really just realize that there are so many people in our county. 29% of our residents are Alice families, which is basically a third of the population. And with COVID, more people have been impacted because of the pandemic with the furloughs and the layoffs. And I know each of us can probably think of 1 or 2 people who've been impacted with reduced hours, job changes, all the restaurant workers in our county. So when you think about the work that we do at the United Way and the community impact that we have, the work that we're doing to shine the light on the Alice families is part of that effort. And then I also want to mention for any family that's on the free and reduced lunch program, there are debit cards that are being sent out across the county, across the state for school districts that are participating in those free and reduced lunch programs. School districts have been promoting this, but we want to make sure that the families that maybe haven't thought about this, if you receive a debit card in the mail and you're uncertain what this debit card is, it is a meal card that's been filled with money that allows you to go to the grocery store to buy more groceries. And it's a value add for any child that's on the free and reduced lunch program. So be watching the mail. They were to come out in the first couple of weeks in March. And so they may have not arrived yet, or they're arriving next week. The envelope may not be clear what it is. So check your junk mail. Don't throw everything away here in the next few weeks, because I don't want to hear that, a family threw it away and didn't realize. They're going to continue to populate these cards with money for the rest of the school year. And they're going back to the beginning of the school year in August to prorate that. And I can't remember the exact dollar amount, but it's almost $6 per day per child. So it's a significant amount of money that would be populated on those cards. So again, just some options, things for our community to be thinking about. Lots of people in our community are struggling still. I know the vaccine is out, which is great. We were fortunate this week that a few people in the community who weren't able to get vaccinations were able to take advantage of shots that were made available over at the Family Health Partnership Clinic, which is one of our partner agencies. And so these are the types of resources we want to continue to share with our community and make sure that everyone is aware that our mission is to unite people and resources to build a stronger community. So whether we're investing dollars in the nonprofits who are serving, or we're simply helping connect you to the resources that you need, that's what the United Way is all about. So those were really my updates and my thoughts for today.
Thank you, Carole. Those are some really great points that you made.
Thank you.
So it will opportunity now also to plug 211. So if you may or may not know that the 211 community helpline is funded by our United Way, and anybody from anywhere really can call 211, dial it on your phone, or if you want to look it up online, or now you can text, and we can drop all that information into our comments. They are a community resource line. It's a hotline. It's confidential 24/7. You can call and get access to resources. If you have questions about, I need rental assistance, I just have a question about my mom who needs help, she's a senior citizen, where are my food pantries located? So they run the gamut of things. If you are in crisis, of course, you would call the crisis hotline, but 211 is that step, and something to remember for anyone who just needs help and access to resources. And it's a free, amazing program that's available to all our residents, thanks to our United Way. So
I should also give one last shout out. I apologize for interrupting, but the Housing Authority in McHenry County has been blessed with a lot of money through the federal funding that was made available in McHenry County, $9.1 million. So people who are struggling with rental assistance and they need help with paying their rent, reach out to the Housing Authority. They've added additional staff. And the systems are in place to help more people at this time. So you can go to their website to look for more information, or you can simply just go and find their number on their website, give them a call, and set up an appointment. They do things virtually, so you don't have to go in. But people who have been struggling, that, when the moratorium is lifted, rent is going to be due, and then what happens? And that is equally important for our landlords to know, because there's programs available for the landlords as well who are struggling to make ends meet because they haven't gotten rent from their tenants. And so as a former landlord, I could totally appreciate being in a position this year, especially where I would have struggled as a landlord, but my tenants would have also struggled, because a lot of the people who may be renting are our Alice families. And again, living paycheck to paycheck because their restaurant job has now been shut down for the last several months. So we just really want to rally around the services and the support and ensure that our community receives what they need at this time.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Anything else from anyone who wants to share last minute before we sign off?
Well, I'm excited about the Easter Bunny Spring Fling, and I want to say thanks to Heidi and Victoria and all of the community members who have joined together, our friends of the United Way. You guys are doing an outstanding job. And to all of those sponsors that were mentioned earlier for their willingness to support these events. We are just grateful. All the dollars raised in McHenry County stay in McHenry County and are reinvested in our community to strengthen this community of McHenry County.
Yeah. Thank you. And I will add to that, if you are looking for more information on the event, you can definitely go to our social media here on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. as well as if you're interested in learning more about United Way, or you are compelled to make your best gift this year, you haven't donated, you're interested, you want to learn more, you want to know who we support and what 33 agencies we support, I would go to our website, and that's full of information. So that would be uwmchenry.org, or just search United Way McHenry County, and we will pop right up. And so you can make a donation right through there, or you can learn more about what we do and come on and volunteer for our spring fling. So thank you so much to all of our fun guests. And Sarah Schrem says, thanks for the info and good company through her lunch today. And that's
Thank you.
the most important thing, right?
It's
We
always
look forward
great
to a
see
beautiful
you guys.
spring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice to see everybody. Thank you for joining today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thanks, Victoria.
Thank you.
Everybody have a great weekend, and don't forget to spring ahead, right? Spring ahead.
Woo!
Yep.
I'm going to start doing the bunny hop.
Take care.
Have a great
Bye.
day.
Bye.